Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo casino that first opened in 1863. And of course, a certain road race first held in 1929. There's no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1 mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Sainz, Leclerc, Hamilton, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Ricciardo, Stroll, Albon, Gasly, Perez, Tsunoda, Ocon, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Zhou, Bottas and Logan Sargent. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Look, we know it's not where you start, it's where you finish, but let's talk about the start now. What's there to help the drivers get away well?
Big pressure at the start of the race, Crofty, for all of them up and down the grid, no matter where you are. But the drivers these days, they practice, practice and practice. They have rigs with them at the circuit where they can sit down with the actual steering wheel from the real car, and they've got lights that they react to. The clutch paddle is tailored around the driver's hands, around their fingers, so they can have optimum position before they start. So there's so much thought and effort that goes into getting these cars off the line.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. But the question I'm asking is which teams have got it right, which ones have got it horribly wrong? Give that place back, I'm afraid. That was an illegal overtake. behind that front wing is going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. I've got some information on Hamilton for you. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car. Okay, red flag, mate, red flag. No overtaking, please. We'll see you in the pit lane. There's been an incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful. Right. Again. Don't forget, you've got more control than ever over your ERS mode, so play around with them in your MFD. Been handed a 3-second.
We were in such a good position for fighting for the points line.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next. Welcome back, everybody. We're here in Canada at the wonderful Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Who's going to come out fastest of all in the next hour? Yes, it's time for qualifying. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix. Montreal is not only the second largest French-speaking city in the world, but it's home since 1978 to the Canadian Grand Prix. The name Villeneuve looms large over this one, but who can write their own legends today? We'll be seeing top speeds of around 210 miles per hour here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 2/3 of the lap taken at full throttle. High-speed chicanes spell potential danger, especially at the infamous Wall of Champions, and watch out for overtaking into the hairpin and that final chicane. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Lando Norris lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Perez, Stroll, Gasly, Bottas, Albon, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Ocon, Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Sargent, and Zhou Guan Yu. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. Alongside me here in the commentary box today, former racing driver extraordinaire Naomi Schiff. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
Well, they're certainly in a great position. It's always great to just come off of a win. The momentum's there, the team are working well together, and so is the car. So what they've got to do is just keep building on that. Don't change the winning formula. Keep it simple and keep doing what you're doing.
Right then, the formation lap is underway here in Montreal, a circuit where the cars take a physical battering and the pit and paddock facilities are cramped. But the atmosphere, as always, is great, and the race ahead has the potential to be a good one. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Come on, you can win that place back. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 1.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 15th. And the time last lap, 1 minute 17.8. Okay, don't worry about that target for now. Let's just focus on this pit stop. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, nice work. Really good job with that target, mate. Caution, caution. Okay, clear. We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
Yeah, good recover, guys. I was quite happy with the race.
And it's Monaco go for Charles Leclerc as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
What a great way to turn the situation around. And you know what they say? It's not about how you fall off the horse, it's about how you get back on it. And today, they've done a great job of turning the page and rectifying their wrongs.
Here come our winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon. It's a Catalonian qualifying for you today. Welcome along to Spain, to Barcelona, and wherever you are in the world, do you feel the need? The need for speed? With qualifying wraps up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. So many eventful races here in Barcelona over the years. Do you remember Max Verstappen's first win on debut for Red Bull here in 2016? 2 years before, we had the dramatic coming together of Hamilton and Rosberg going towards turn 4. There's always a treat in store as we head back to the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. It's an updated track at Catalunya, and we welcome the removal of the chicane in the final sector, shortening lap times and reducing the total running to 2.9 miles and 14 turns. This was actually the original setup for the track, but it hasn't been used since 2007. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. Edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Perez, Zhou, Leclerc, Stroll, Tsunoda, Gasly, Albon, Ocon, Ricciardo, Bottas, Magnussen, Sargent, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And with me for this commentary this afternoon, former racing driver Naomi Schiff. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
It is certainly an interesting time in this set of regulations because, as you know, when a new set of regulations come out, everything changes and you always wonder who's got it right. Well, we know that Red Bull are the ones who really got it right the last couple of years. But now you can see the rest of the grid slowly start to catch up, and there's really only so much left for Red Bull to get out of these regulations. So it is interesting, and the pack are catching up.
The formation lap gets underway, and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. The question I'm asking is which teams have got it right, and which ones have got it horribly wrong?
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. And some information on Leclerc. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car. VSC deployed. The virtual safety car has been deployed. We need to keep a positive delta here. Slow down and maintain a positive delta. Right, the virtual safety car has just been deployed due to a build-up of stopped cars on the track. Watch your pace. Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until we get the green flags. VSC ending. Wait for the greens. Nice work. You smashed it. Really good job on hitting that target, mate. Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Caution, caution. Okay, clear.
I can't believe it.
And in the end, there was no Verstappen. Max Verstappen, he takes victory.
And it's one thing to win, but to win like that in total dominant style, that was a fantastic drive, and it is not one that we see very often.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they've secured here. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One. High up in the mountains here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix. Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. Edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Hamilton, Russell, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Sainz, Zhou, Ocon, Gasly, Albon, Tsunoda, Bottas, Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, Magnussen and Logan Sargent. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
It's the important one, isn't it, Crofty? You've done it once, can you do it again? But, you know, if you start believing in yourself and the confidence starts to build, that inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
The formation lap gets underway ahead of today's sprint. It's going to be interesting to see who gets pole position. We're almost ready to start the sprint as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Okay, you're in the dirty air of the car in front. Let's get past them. Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. The energy store's depleting, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop. You're in the top 10 now, keep it up. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap. You need to give that place back, I'm afraid. That was an illegal overtake.
It's pretty frustrating from my side just because, we have no top speed. I exit the corner quite close, but no way to get past any of the cars.
So that wraps up the sprint race, but there's still more action yet to come this weekend. We've got qualifying and, of course, the Grand Prix. High up in the mountains here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix. Welcome from the beautiful Styrian Mountains for another chapter in the story of the Austrian Grand Prix. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 metres above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill of turn 3. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Oscar Piastri, Russell, Zhou, Hamilton, Sainz, Stroll, Ocon, Albon, Tsunoda, Gasly, Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Sargent, and Valtteri Bottas begins the race from the back of the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
It's the important one, isn't it, Crofty? You've done it once, can you do it again? But, you know, if you start believing in yourself and the confidence starts to build, that inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
The formation lap gets underway, and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Energy stores depleting, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop. Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. Front wing damage, recommend you box for a new one. Box now. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please. Okay, go, go, go. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Caution, caution. Okay, be aware there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags. Okay, clear. Car behind you's just come in for the hard tyres. Car behind, running hard tyres. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 3.6 seconds.
I can't believe it.
Norris take a bow at last, a winner in Formula One.
And that's 2 wins in a row now, of course, Crofty. And it marks the fact that it's not a fluke. So, you know, their head's in the right space. What more can we see going forwards?
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be McLaren picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.